let's do the next requirement over here. That is add a power-up of some kind. Okay. Let's look at our map here. So how would I add some kind of power-up? There's kind of two ways to do this. I'll show you both ways. Starting with just what the game comes with. Let's do that. So if I select the background here, the level tiles, and I go, let's clear out some of this there. So we look, there is a question mark block kind of thing that's part of the level tiles. Or it could be something else. We could make this pumpkin be the power-up. So what I don't want to do is just add it to the same object as these. You can see how right now this one changes the actual background object, the levels. So if I just added this in here like that, it's not going to work right, because the code is going to check. It'll check like if you collide with this thing, but in this case you would be colliding with it anytime you hit any of these things, any of the floor or the ceiling. So we want to have this, whatever our power-up is, we want it to be its own separate thing. So don't just add it to the map, right, to the same object as all these. So I'm going to erase it from there, and instead what I can do is go, it's in the environment section. Okay, so if I still want to use the same pictures here, let's just go to level tiles and go to our menu for that and duplicate. And then I can call this power up. Okay, and now if I drag the power up here and then click on it, now it's its own object, and now I can choose, I'm going to go with the pumpkin, because these things, they're more like, you know, Super Mario, like blocks where you would hit it with your head and then something would pop out of it. So that you're free to do that, of course. It's just a little more complicated for this video. So, what the heck, I'll just do it. Okay, there we go. There's our question mark, and then I'm going to turn off the paint thing, so now I can click on it and move it wherever I want. What if we want things to snap to the grid of this, you know, like right here it's hard to get it to line up exactly. Well, let's just go up here, show grid. This grid is too big. It's like 4 of those squares fit inside one grid panel. So let's set up grid. Cell width in this case would be 16, and same with height. There. So now with the grid turned on, our thing will snap right there. Alright, so let's put a level up thing. I'll just stick it right here. And see, when I click on it, it is named power up. And if I click on the other one, it is called level tiles. See? So that's what you want. You want whatever your power up is to be its own thing by itself. You can have more than one of them. Yeah, I could drag another one over here, and it could be even a different color. I could choose this one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I've got 2 power-ups, and they're each their own individual thing. So that's what we want. Now let's go to the code for this and see how all of this is organized in groups already. They're kind of labeled by what they do. So let's just go down to the bottom here where it says add a new event. And then I'm going to just select this empty event, and I want to turn this into a group so it stays organized just like these ones are. 2 ways you could do that. Just right click on it, replace, move events into a group. That's the easiest way. Boop. And so then it makes this new event, or this new group, and we can call this power up, and see if I drop it down, there's my empty condition in there. The other thing you can do is go over in this corner and do the plus sign and choose event group. If you do that one, see, it makes the group, but it doesn't move the event inside it. You would have to do that yourself just by dragging it to the right. Alright, so I don't need 2 different groups, I just need the one. Alright, what is our condition? Well, we want to check to see if the player has touched the power-up. So let's add condition, search for player, and the thing that we're looking for here is called collision. So I could scroll down here till I find it. Oh, there it is. Or I can go up here and just start typing the word collision. So either way. Okay, what are we looking to see if it's collided with? It is this power-up. Okay. So then down here it's going to check, is player in collision with power-up? And if so, what do we want to happen? So this is totally up to you. Whatever you want to have happen. You could have it affect the gravity, you could have the player jump lots of times, you could increase the ammo, anything like that. How about, let's see, let's do something with the arrows. Arrow, we could make the arrows giant if it is powered up. Oh, well, you know what? We don't want it to happen just instantly. Because he might not be holding an arrow when he collides with that. So let's have it affect the player. Okay. Reset air jumps, coyote enable, platformer configuration, jump speed. Let's try that. I could change the jump speed to, I don't know what it currently is. Let's try 6,000. That's got to be good, right? Okay, so if he touches power up, then the jump speed of player will set to 6,000. I want to see what the current jump speed is. If we go to behaviors, advanced jump, multiplayer object, it'd probably be here. No, that's the animator. Platformer object, jump speed. Oh, so by default it's 275. He's going to end up jumping pretty fast here. Let's preview this. Okay. Well. Oh, yep. So I collided with it, and now the jump speed is so fast that he just jumps right through the ceilings. Interesting. All right. So a couple things I might want to fix with this. Let's make it not such a high jump speed first of all. So we'll go down here. Yeah, let's save. Okay, now go away. So let's try 1,000 instead. And also, that's not very satisfying just to have no interaction. Because I saw him bonk his head against the power-up, but you don't hear anything and the power-up doesn't change. So let's do something to make it stand out, make it seem like a real game. Let's have it play a sound. So over here we'll go sounds and music. I like to use the channels because you have more control over it. So I'll go sounds on channels, play a sound on a channel. Alright, we'll just choose one. No, let's create one. It's more fun to create one. Alright, close this. Yikes, no, not that. It just generates a random sound when you first open the program. We want some kind of pickup thing or a power up. There we go, let's do that. if you like that sound, then just let's name it Power Up Sound. If you want to keep trying, just click it again. It'll do a different one. But I like that first one best. Okay, so I just hit save, and then it saves that sound into my game. And choose which channel you want it to play on. We'll do channel 1. Volume, full volume is 100, so I'm going to play it at half volume so it's not obnoxious. And then pitch, we can just leave that blank. Okay, so now it will change the speed of my jump. It will play a sound. Let's also make that power up go away. Alright, we can add action and we choose power up. And I could scroll through here, but I'm just going to start typing delete. Delete this object. No. Okay, let's see if this works better. Alright, this one's me in the upper left. Let's see, I jump over here. Okay, I collided with it, but maybe it doesn't work so well from the bottom. There. Now he's he's still got pretty, oh, got both of them. Alright. Okay, so that's working. Not sure why it doesn't from the bottom. What we could do, let's go into this. Because I duplicated it from the level tiles, it also shares all of the same things as the level tiles. So if I go in here to behaviors, see it is set as a platform. So let's just switch it to jump through platform. So that way it'll let my head go through it from the bottom. Or you could just delete the platform behavior of it too, since we're going to make the thing go away anyway. Oh, looks like one of the other guys touched the other one. Okay, so that's how you could do a power up. And like I said, whatever code you want it to do when it powers up, that's totally up to you. It's easy to do something that affects the player, because once you hit the power up, then you can change some kind of setting about the player. What if I wanted it to give me, make my arrows giant? So if you wanted it to do something like that, you would have to add a variable to the player. This is not a requirement, but I'm going to show you how, just for the heck of it. So let's say I'm going to go here to the player, and I'm going to go variables. Okay, so look at that. Arrows remaining is 3 by default. Let's add a variable, and we're going to call this giant arrows, and I want this to be either true or false. So Boolean, and starts out false. Alright, so let's say, oh, how about this? How about this? We're going to have 2 power-ups. Are you kidding me? 2 power-ups, because look, they're different, right? They're different. So, oh, that's going to be sweet. So let's go to power-ups. We're going to add a variable to the power-ups too. And we'll call this variable name. And yeah, it could be a number. That's fine. Or, well, let's be more specific. We'll call it a text. Name, text, and we'll just type none. So why would I type none? We want them to have different names, right? Well, look over here. If I scroll down here, instance variables. So this one on the left I've got selected, its name instead of none. Now over here I can type it in. So this one will be jump. Okay, so that's for this power up. Then I go to this one, scroll down, its name, look, it's still none. So it can have its own name, and it is called arrow. I go back to this one, it still says jump, this one says arrow. So that way I can have two of the same object. They're both power-ups, but they have their own names. Are you kidding me? How cool is that? Okay, so then let's go back here. Player is in collision with power-up. Okay, that's cool. But we only want this stuff to happen if he collides with the power-up on the left that has the name jump. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to right-click here, add sub-event. Okay, add condition. So what do I want to check? Well, I want to find out what the name of this power-up is. Okay, so add condition power-up, and then I'm going to search for variable. Where's the variables? No, there it is, variable value. So this is a variable that belongs to the object power-up. Yeah. And look, there's the name variable. So what should name be equal to? Well, if it equals jump, and this part's a little bit tricky because it needs to equal the exact way that you've spelled it. Okay? So since I capitalized it on the other page, it needs to be capital here. I'll show you if it doesn't work. So I'm going to spell jump. It looks the same, but it's not capitalized. But then over here, when I click on it, over here it says jump with a capital J. So this thing will never be true because it will never equal lowercase jump. So just whatever way you type it, make sure you type it the same way every time you check for it. So if it equals jump, that's when I want to do all this stuff. So I'm just going to drag all these things down. Oh, the sound, I could leave the sound here. I want it to play that sound no matter which power-up it touches, right? And I want that power-up to go away no matter what. So it's just changing the speed of the jump if I hit this one. And then let's just copy and paste. So now I've got two identical things, but on this second one, what is the name of the other one? Arrow, capital A. All right, and this, I don't want it to change the jump speed. I want to change, remember back when I added that other variable to the player? So just search for variables, change variable value. And what was it called? Giant arrows. Yeah. So I want to switch this to true. So if you collide with the power-up and the power-up's name is arrow, set this giant arrows variable to true. Okay. Well, why would I want to do that? Well, that way, if it is set to true, we can make all the arrows after that be giant. Not just whatever one he happens to be holding if he runs into the power-up. So let's go back up here to arrows and let's find where the arrow gets created. Where is that? Right here. Create object arrow. All right, creating an arrow. So let's select this block and I'll right click, choose add a sub event. Okay, so that means if this stuff is true, if you're creating an arrow, then let's add one more condition and let's check and see if the player's variable, which one are we checking? Giant arrows. Is it true? Has giant arrows been turned on? If it is true, let's go over here and we want that arrow to be bigger. How about we go scale. Scale set to, so if I put 1, it would be the same as what it already was. Let's change it to 5. Wow, this is going to be a huge arrow. Okay, so that's it. Let's Preview. Oh, it's not going to work. Arrows don't work in the preview unless you start from the lobby. Okay, there's my guy. Let's make him. There, he got that power up. Oh, okay, so the arrows are still normal, but he's got the strong jump power. Let's go get the other power up. Might be. Oh, got it. Okay, played the sound. There's my giant arrow. Okay, that's weird. Because it's so big, it is already colliding with the floor. So we'd have to tweak that a little bit. That's funny. Okay, so we got some power-ups. We got some object variables, all kinds of fun stuff. You guys are learning. Hope you're excited. We'll see you next time.